Hi, and welcome back to Dreamweaver Does Plants, Herbs, and Essential Oils. I wanted to do another unveiling of my herb seeds, the second one. I'm a little late, a lot late in getting this done, but with the weather being what it's been this year, we've been late in getting our garden in, and so that has taken priority, and so the herbs have been kind of late in getting done. So forgive me. The herbs actually came in the first part of April, but I wanted to showcase a company that I was introduced to by one of my subscribers, and I would like to thank Tennessee Girl for introducing me to this company and one of the herb plants that I have ordered from this company. When I did my first unveiling, she asked me in one of her replies if I had ever heard of the toothache plant. And she told me she had ordered some and had planted some for the first time this year. And so I went online and I looked at it and I kind of bookmarked it for later reference. And I signed up for their emails. And the company was Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds out of Mansfield, Missouri. Their email address is seeds@rareseeds.com, and I will put a link in the description below. This company, I've never seen a company like this. They are really different. They sent me an email on March the 27th that said all seed sales benefit flood relief. 3 days, 3 different charities. And I'm going to fold the top of it down because it's got my email address on it. But this is the email that I got from them, and it says order now and all proceeds from seed purchases will be donated to support flood relief efforts. Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company normally spends this time of year with our thoughts turned to the renewal and regeneration of the garden. Instead, they are now turned toward those facing unfathomable loss of home, farm, and loved ones from the recent flooding in the United States, Mozambique, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. Being a company of small farmers, we understand the devastation that weather can cause, and our hearts go out to those who are, experiencing this life-changing grief. In addition to the prayers that we are sending for recovery, we want to do more. Many need immediate assistance of food, water, shelter, and medicine. This takes money. In an effort to get that immediate aid to those who need it, Baker Creek is running a 3-day fundraiser in which we will donate 100% of the seed sales to charities providing relief to those most affected by those global charities. We have selected one charity per day from March 26 to March 28, 2019. All seed orders made on those days will go directly to these charities. On March 26th, it went to ADRA, and that has been on the ground responding since the aftermath of Cyclone Idai in Mozambique Malawi, and Zimbabwe. In total, more than 1.6 million people are being affected throughout the three countries. ADRA is providing food, hygiene kits, shelter kits, and tarps with the assistance of a UN flight convoy. Though the cyclone has passed, heavy rains continue to fall, causing floodwaters to rise. And then it goes on talking about the people that have been affected. March 27th, it went to the Salvation Army of Nebraska. Is in action in northeast Nebraska and western Iowa, working alongside first responders and authorities to provide relief to thousands of our neighbors as flooding has displaced families, destroyed homes, and devastated communities. The damage from this record-breaking flooding has so far been estimated at $1.3 billion. The Salvation Army has served over 10,000 meals with more than 10 mobile kitchens and 3,000 volunteer hours moving around flood-affected areas of western Iowa and eastern Nebraska. That number will be much higher over the next few weeks. Donations will be used to continue this ongoing work. Now remember, this was sent March the 27th, so this was like right after that flooding. And then on March the 28th, it was going to World Help to help the thousands of people affected by flooding when the cyclone left 500,000 residents from the port of Beira without power or means of communications. In cooperation with their ministry partners, World Help is aiming to reach 1,000 households, approximately 5,000 people, over the next few months. The government of Mozambique estimates that more than 1,000 people may have died, with 600,000 persons affected in the northern provinces. And then it goes on to tell more about World Help and what they were saying about it. And then it tells to please place the seed orders online, and all proceeds will go to assist flood victims. Then it also says, if you lost your home garden to these floods, please email your story and contact information to seeds@rareseeds.com for a home garden restart kit. Please include the words flood recovery in the subject line. Thanks so much for helping us get families back on track. God bless. And I've never known a seed company. There may be some out there. I don't know. I'm on email lists for a lot of seed companies. I've never gotten an email like this. And since I have family in Beatrice, Nebraska, and in the Nebraska area that were affected by the flooding, it was an easy bet that I was going to do something to help, because all I felt like I could do was pray for them. I had no way of physically helping the people there. And so this was an easy way that I could help and do something that I enjoyed doing as well. And so let me tell you a little bit about Baker Creek. I contacted them and asked, could I do this? And they said, oh yes, I could use their logo, use anything on their website. If I needed more information, contact them. These are awesome folks. They've got not just a farm and a seed company, but they've also got a little village set up in Missouri that you can go to the Ozark Hills and see the seed farm and the pioneer village that they've got. They've got trial gardens that they've got growing and all that you can go to and visit and learn about seed growing and enjoy their animals and authentic pioneer village. They have a restaurant that's open from 11:30 to 2 Monday through Friday. The village is open Sunday through Friday from 8 to 5. It is in the rolling hills of the Missouri Ozarks. And so this is This is the family with their 4 lovely children. And he started growing his first garden at 3. And ever since, he wanted to be involved in the seed industry. So in 1998, at the age of 17, he printed the first Baker Creek heirloom seed catalog. The company has grown to offer nearly 2,000 varieties of vegetables, flowers, and herbs, the largest selection of heirloom varieties in the USA. Baker Creek offers one of the largest selections of seeds from the 19th century, including many Asian and European varieties, which I thought was really cool. The company has become a tool to promote and preserve our agricultural and culinary heritage. Our company and seeds have been featured in the New York Times, the Associated Press, Oprah Magazine, NPR, Martha Stewart, the Wall Street Journal, and many others. Gardeners can request a free color catalog. Our catalogs now distribute to over 700,000 gardeners nationally. And when I tried to get mine for this year, of course, they were sold out. So I'm already on the list for 2020. They started hosting festivals in 2000 as a way to bring in gardeners, homesteaders, and natural food enthusiasts together to exchange ideas and seeds, listen to speakers, enjoy vendors, old-time music, and much more. These festivals gave birth to the idea of their pioneer village, Bakersville. And then they grow the trial gardens each year. They do seed collecting expeditions, and then they do educational produce exhibits. They also have branched out into other related projects. And you can read the rest of this information on their About Us page on their website. They've also published 2 books. One is The Heirloom Life Gardener in 2011, and then in 2012 they did the Baker Creek Vegan Cookbook. And on their website, they also have recipes, which I thought was really cool. I had to contact my daughter-in-law and say, I found a seed company that's got vegetable recipes on it, which was really neat. And it says on here that the couple also works extensively to supply free seeds to many of the world's poorest countries, as well as here at home in school gardens and other educational projects. It is their goal to educate everyone about a better, safer food supply and fight gene-altered frankenfood and the companies that support it. And I think this is just really, truly something neat and unique. And so I just really wanted to highlight Baker's Creek and show you what I got from them. And our weather hasn't been conducive to planting anything recently, but as you can see, I'm outside on my front porch. The sun is shining today, so I wanted to show you what we got. And they allowed me to print off their product descriptions of what I bought from them. And I will show you what I got. I ordered marshmallow, which I have always wanted to grow, but never really have done it. And they had a minimum of 35 seeds in the pack. And so I've never grown it, so I thought, well, I'd get 2 packs. The original source of an Egyptian confection, which evolved into today's marshmallows. The roots and velvety leaves have been eaten as a vegetable for centuries, often fried with onion and garlic. And I had no idea that you could eat the leaves of these. 3 to 4 foot stems of 1 to 2 inches and white to pink flowers are reminiscent of hollyhocks, to which this plant is related. The plant is also renowned in various folk cultures for its medicinal properties. and it is a perennial. It is an African native, and it is eaten as a vegetable. You can cold stratify it and grow it indoors and set transplants out after frost, or you can direct seed in late winter or very early spring. So I'm glad I had 2 packs, because I'm going to plant one because it's not very early spring, and save the other for, late fall, and see what we can do with it. So that is the first one I got. The second one is the one that Tennessee Girl told me about, and that is the toothache plant. Now, they had 2 different kinds. They had a bullseye, and they had a plain yellow, and I just was fascinated with this bullseye. I just thought it was such a beautiful plant. And it says, with a bright bullseye on the tip of each flower, these funky little flowers look great in a border, especially when grown en masse. As potent as they are beautiful, these flowers pack a punch. They are annuals. They possess a numbing quality when chewed. They also have other herbal uses. They have yellow and red cone-shaped flowers. So these tips are red. You can start them indoors before the last frost. Light speeds the germination. Final place in garden needs full sun. So I'm there again, hoping that they'll grow, that it's not too late to plant them. I'm very late this year with my herbs, so I'm hoping that they are going to grow. My next one is the Zlotylon, and I know I'm saying it wrong, chamomile. This Polish chamomile is bigger and higher yielding than the standard, and I've got some German chamomile growing in the back. And it's easy to grow at home from seed. It has a wonderful aroma, and it's used for making tea. Chamomile is one of the herbs used in biodynamic compost preparations and has a high level of essential oils. The compounds in this herb have been extensively studied for their health benefits, though it's contraindicated in pregnancy or for those taking blood thinners. So if you're pregnant or taking blood thinners, they recommend you don't do chamomile. It is an annual. It easily self-sows, so once you've got it growing, it will self-sow. Now, I'm doing all mine in containers, but fields of chamomile are beautiful. I've seen them. This is a Polish variety. It has a wonderful aroma. You keep it moist until it sprouts, until the sprouts appear. Seeds require light to germinate. Do not allow them to dry out. Set out transplants after the last fall or when plants are large enough to handle, or direct seed after frost. Cut back immediately after blooming to encourage reblooming. So you do want to deadhead these. And one of the things about Rare Seeds is you can go to that website, rareseeds.com, and it gives you more information on planting and all that. You can contact them, and they will gladly give you more information. Let's see. My next one is something I've not ever grown before, and it's called Agastach. I said it wrong. I know I did. It's Navajo Sunset is this one. It is a Southwest native perennial that is irresistible to nectar lovers like hummingbirds and bees. And my hubby just got into bees. And so I always, for years, have tried to plant things that would bring hummingbirds and butterflies and bees. So the fact that he has gotten into bees is one of the reasons that I'm thankful that I have this now. But this one has beautiful orange blooms with an incredible citrus scent. And this one, amazingly, thrives in poor soils. It has a delicious minty citrus tea plant, a must in the herb garden and kitchen. This is a Southwest native, irresistible to hummingbirds, butterflies, bees, and other beneficials. Agastache Navajo sunset wafts an incredible citrus scent. The open, airy plants produce beautiful orange blooms, ideal for xeriscape gardens. This variety is water thrifty and thrives in poor soil. Plants reach 28 inches tall and 30 inches wide, great for the perennial border or for the tea garden. And I've never thought about growing a tea garden, but I've got lavender growing, and now I have this. So I may start a tea garden. Never thought about that, but something to try. This is another one you can surface sow and press tightly into the soil, and you keep it moist until germination. So light aids the germination. So I think it's a beautiful looking flower, if I can get it to grow. We'll see. We shall see. I don't have any doubt that their seeds are going to grow. It's just my inability to get them in the ground in time that I'm concerned about. And then I got another type of the Agastache. That's, again, I'm saying it wrong, I know I am. This one is the Texas Hummingbird Mint Heather Queen. And it is a tidy, half-hardy perennial that is aromatic and attractive to pollinators. Plants fill the air with a minty fragrance. The pretty spike flowers are popular for arranging. This dynamic landscape plant is easy to grow. It adds long season color and grows in neat clumps that do not spread or take over. It's hardy from zones 6A to 9B. The pollinators are drawn to its fragrance, and hummingbirds cannot resist the flowers. This plant can be dried for making tea and is also used to make a mosquito-repelling oil. So, we'll see how I do with this one. Again, this is a direct sow after your last frost date. Surface sow it and press tightly into the soil. Keep seeds moist after germination, and light aids the germination. So, then I've got purple betony or hedge nettle, which I've always thought is kind of pretty. It was highly prized in the Middle Ages for its medicinal properties, and even an old Italian proverb says, "Sell your coat and buy betony." It is still found growing around ancient physic gardens and monasteries, where it was traditionally used to treat arthritis and gout. Modern herbalists say its astringency and mild bitterness have made it a valued wound and digestive remedy, but that it shines in its use in treating tension and pain, including migraine. The entire plant is harvested on a July morning after the dew has evaporated, and the plant then dried and used to make tea. And since we're halfway through May, I don't know that I'll get it planted in time, but I may save some and try for next year. But we'll try. But they're very pretty, and if it'll bring bees in, we'll see. But again, I have no doubt in the quality of their seeds. It's my inability to get them in the ground that I'm concerned about. Now the other one is crimson clover, and this one has a minimum of 1 ounce of seeds. And And it is an annual. It's also known as Italian clover. It is a nitrogen-fixing legume, often grown for livestock feed or wildlife forage, but pretty enough for the flower garden. And I got it because it is great for bee forage. And as I said, I like to plant things that are good for pollinators. We like to bring in pollinators for our fruit trees and our garden. And it planted thickly, it also makes a superior cover or green manure crop with its ability to smother out weeds and fix atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. This lovely, versatile plant should be much more widely grown. And you can sow spring in cold winter climates, spring or fall in warmer areas. So you can sow it in place, barely covering. Inoculation is recommended. Mow when flowers appear. So, you know, like I said, I should have gotten these in a lot sooner. And then the last one I got, I am from Kansas. My family is from Kansas. Well, that's where we retired when Dad got out of the military. It was the one place where we lived longer than 2 or 3 years at a time. And so when people say, where are you from? I live in the foothills of North Carolina now, but my home state is Kansas, so my garden wouldn't be right without sunflowers. They had a very beautiful Crimson Queen sunflower, velvety deep burgundy flowers with dark centers. A multiflora type produces many small flowers 3 to 5 inches across on bushy 6-foot plants. Splendid at the back of the border, stunning in a mass planting. And I like the idea that they're the smaller kind rather than the huge kind. I have had the huge kind, and they get broken in the wind so much that they kind of take the prettiness away. So the smaller ones, I'm hoping, won't have that happen. But these are the Crimson Queens, and I'm looking forward to seeing them grow. They are an annual, but I have had them drop the seeds, have sunflowers drop the seeds, and they come up on their own. Multiflora type produces many velvety flowers, bushy plants. Direct sow in spring, set out after last frost. They require full sun, rich soil, moderate soil moisture. And then when you order from them, they send you a free pack of seeds. And the pack that I got says, I hope you enjoy our seeds. Let us know if you have any questions. John B., General Manager, seeds@rareseeds.com. And it's thank you for your order. And on the back it says, free gift, purple Russian tomato. And then after, I guess, you order a certain amount, you get another pack based on your order. And this second one I got says, join us at the Heirloom Expo, the National Heirloom Expo, Santa Rosa, California, September 10 through 12, 2019. This is the second pack of freebies that I got. And it is a free gift of Amarillo carrots. And it gives more information on the Heirloom Expo, how you could go about getting information on the Heirloom Expo. So, I just want to thank Baker Creek for allowing me to showcase their company and their seeds. And I will let you know how they do. Again, if they don't come up, it's not Baker Creek's fault. It's all my fault because I am so late in the year planting. I have never been this late in the year doing herbs before. but there's been a lot going on, and the weather, as I said, was not conducive. We had late frost, very late frost. It killed an heirloom rose bush that I've had for years, and I loved dearly. And I don't think it's coming back. It may surprise me next year, I don't know, but it had just started to come by. I had put it in a pot because it wasn't doing well, and it gave us new shoots, and I was so excited. And then we got a very severe frost, and it took it back down, broke it back to the root, literally killed that stem completely, and nothing new came back. So that frost did real bad damage to my garden and my heart. But so it was very late. I was very late getting things in, and then of course we were late getting our garden in, and so our vegetable garden took priority. And so I'm going to get my herbs in, the rest of my herbs. This is the rest of my herbs. I'm going to rest of them in, I hope, this weekend. So thank you so much for joining me. This is a longer video than I normally do. I do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Please share the video. If you are not subscribed, please join us, subscribe, and join me. Come back again. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful and blessed and wonderful day. I'll get it right. Bye-bye.